What's up, everybody? We back with another message, another video. Thank you to all my new subscribers and future new subscribers. You know we do nothing here without God because everything is spiritually led by God over here. We cover the world from a spiritual and physical aspect to get the raw, real, and uncut answers. So anything you hear, anything you see in these end times, may you test the spirits, aka take the words and visuals back to prayer with God, as there are many Decepticons running around in these end times sent from the enemy. Had that strong, close, and personal relationship with God. Good, great, awesome. All right, everybody. So real quick update here for the December 28th vision and word that the Lord gave me about you will see an evacuation. Japan had footage of people being evacuated off a plane that was literally on fire. Don't that sound crazy? But yeah, like I was telling y'all in the video earlier, either we're going to see a literal evacuation or the headline in evacuation. So we saw both, but we literally saw people being evacuated. And the funniest part about God too, because I always be asking him stuff, this article popped up in the late hours last night. But it was so late, like I didn't see nothing evacuation-wise. I didn't think too much of it. I'm like, oh, another crazy thing. Then when I kind of got up, the Lord was pointing my attention to it again. And I'm like, oh, we seeing a literal evacuation. Oh. So I just wanted to update that and officially close this word off because I was like, oh, okay, there it go. It's so much happening all at once, so bear with me, y'all, because I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss a single thing that the Lord been telling me about. I want to make sure all his stuff he told me gets out to y'all, because we don't know what could lead to another event and so forth. But yeah, that is basically the update I wanted to give you all. And like I had mentioned before, this is a two-parter. So the first one was about like the man with the gun and so forth. That part we already talked about. But this is just an update on the part of the evacuation portion of it. So that first video, that part kind of got explained already. But yeah, if you need to go back and look at that, you can look at that. So we're about to play the prior word of that evacuation part and then just lead you to the event. Very, very short update here. Peace and blessings. And we can finally close out this word officially. So this is what the Lord told me and kept telling me all day. And I've been seeing cop cars. I saw an ambulance. Every time I see that, something goes on, okay? The Lord says you will see an evacuation. And he said it 3 times, an evacuation, an evacuation, an evacuation. So I don't know what the Lord means by what that evacuation might be. I don't want nobody assuming nothing, okay? We got to just pray, stay focused on what God is telling us to do and be ready, because even though...
We have new pictures of the passengers leaving the aircraft, at least immediately as they were getting off it. And Tim Atkinson is still with us, who's a former pilot and an air traffic investigator. And Tim, your take on this imagery that we're seeing of the passengers getting off it. I mean, it's interesting how many are on the slide at once. It's interesting the state of the plane as they are evacuating.
Well, the thing that strikes me most immediately is that it looks as if there's some kind of efflux from the number 2 engine there, by which I'm saying that it looks as if the engine may even still be running, or are we seeing some other reason why there is that smoke and flames coming out of the back of that engine? It's not extraordinary for an engine to be left running unintentionally, or indeed for a crew to wish to shut an engine down and the systems don't enable them to. You know, the disruption that's occurred to the underside of this A350 here, to its systems, clearly the nose landing gears collapsed. That usually takes out some structure. There's an awful lot of electronics, a lot of computing, a lot of wiring under the floor of an aircraft. But it appears to me there that there are interesting questions about what that engine is doing.